This session I was working on lower body mobility using a combination of dynamic and static exercises to increase my flexibility and mobility. I started this session with the dynamic version of the butterfly stretch, trying to tap my knees against the floor. I then elevate myself with the yoga block to get a static, deeper stretch in the same position. Once I feel good in the position, I'll use my hands to further push myself down, increasing the stretch. Next I'll move on to the frog stretch, and with this movement I'm using a combination of static holds and dynamic movements to help increase the mobility in my hips. With this exercise I'm using assistance from the yoga block, and I'm using it to alter my position and height to get a deeper stretch. Next movement I work on is toe touches, and I start with a dynamic movement, moving down to the toe touch and then doing some bounces. Now I'll go for a static hold. Next, in this position I go for a more deeper dynamic, starting from the lower position going up to the top position. And finally, in this position I go for a deeper static hold. Next I'll move on to some lunge stretches, starting with a static. Then I move on to a dynamic version, rocking back and forth, trying to get deeper in the stretch with each rock. Then I hold a deeper static, trying to use my body weight as much as possible to lean into the stretch. Now I repeat the same process but on the other leg. Next I'm moving to the Pigeon Stretch, starting with a hand assisted version. Once I feel good in the position, I'll move my hands up and free them from the ground to use more of my body weight to get deeper into the stretch, and then I'll lean forward for a bit of a dynamic movement. Next I switch legs and perform the same routine on the other leg. Next, I'll move into some Cossack Squats, starting from a high position in a static. I switch sides and hold the same position. Next I go for some dynamics, switching legs and trying to get deeper with each squat. Now I turn up on the heel of my foot and go for a deep static squat. I switch legs, making sure to do the movement on both sides. Next I'll move on to a kneeling quad stretch. I'm using a yoga block to elevate my knee to make it harder and also to protect my knee from the hard wood. I start off doing this movement statically, holding the position. Once I feel comfortable in the position, I will start to rock forward, using my body weight to get deeper into the stretch. Now I switch legs and repeat the same actions. Next, I'm going to go into a pancake stretch. I chose to go into the stretch by doing a middle split and then sitting down, which helps me measure how far the pancake stretch should be. I start with a static hold. Now I start to rock forward to get a bit of dynamic movement in. Then I lean forward and try and hold the position, and that ends the workout.